Hello, all of my Viking friends. I am so glad you can join me in this impromptu video that I didn't think that I was going to make, but here I am making it. And I am waiting for my dinner, which is going to be steak and bacon. And my significant other is so sweet. He's making that for me right as we speak. And so I decided that I was going to just hop on and talk to you about this little doodity. Oh my goodness, wait till I talk to you about this. It's a large-scale study explores genetic link between colorectal cancer and meat intake. And I was kind of taken aback because I am trying to conduct my own study, as everybody knows, through my PhD program. I'm trying to graduate, but I keep on getting kicked in the teeth as far as my studies go. And everything's political on the top. And unfortunately, when you have to deal with all of that kind of stuff, it gets kicked out quite often, or in my case, quite often, because I go big or go home. And there's a lot of processes that have to happen. Anyway, this study is in one of the largest ever gene environment interaction studies of red meat and colorectal cancer, which explored the impact of red meat consumption on a person's cancer risk based on their genotype. Researchers have identified two genetic markers that may help explain the association between the two and explain why some people face a higher cancer risk. Oh boy, here we go. Past studies show that frequently consuming red meat and processed meat increases the risk of developing colorectal cancer, but the predominant biological mechanism is not yet understood or established. Understanding the disease process and what genes underlie, it can help the scientists develop better prevention strategies. Well, that sounds good. But notice how they lumped together processed meat and red meat. So you've got people who are eating beef and pork and lamb in their whole foods kind of way. And then you've got people who are eating things like hamburgers and beef patties and, well, pork products. And that would be considered your processed foods. It also lumped together bacon, sausage, lunch meats, which lunch meats are pretty rough, and hot dogs in the same kind of category. And I thought, that's not a really good comparison or a lumping in. So you're going to have to parcel that out. But they didn't. They just lumped it all together. You have to ask always who authorizes the study, who's behind the study, who's backing the study, and who is profiting off of the study. You always have to ask. And in this case, the National Institute of Health, led by USC Norris Comprehensive Cancer Center, part of the Keck School of Medicine of USC, they're the ones that authorized and started conducting the study. They analyzed around 30,000 people with colorectal cancer and 40,000 people without cancer. And then they found that those who consumed more red or processed meat faced, respectively, 30% or 40% increased risk for colorectal cancer. I thought, okay, that sounds convincing. And it's interesting when you get into the data, but I like to sleuth. So I like to get down into the depths and the nitty gritty, and I kind of did my due diligence and I kind of parceled it out for them. And I shouldn't have, but at the same time, I'm kind of passionate about the carnivore, the ketovore, and the keto realm. And I think everybody needs to know what's up. Well, you have the industry, and they're going to keep secrets. And I'm about to let you know the secrets behind everything. And so if you don't see any more videos from me for a while, you know I've been knocked off. Just saying. You know, the battle's real, people. The battle's real. Okay, so here I am going to reveal this big, huge secret. Nitrates and nitrites are naturally occurring sodium molecules. They're sodium crystals, actually. And when you consume them, the bacteria in your mouth creates nitrites out of the nitrates, and you consume them, and apparently they're good for your cardiovascular system, and they're pretty awesome. Everything from spinach and lettuce and breast milk has nitrates, and it's considered okay in small doses. In small doses. Okay. Large amounts kill bacteria. The food industry uses a chemical called E285. It's an industrial grade sodium nitrate crystal. Yeah, nitrate crystal. Or is it nitrite? Nitrite crystal. Okay. So it's an industrial grade, and they put a lot of this in their food. The FDA is supposed to monitor how much, because the FDA and everybody involved knows that too much is a bad thing. It's an industrial chemical that not only kills bacteria, but it also preserves food. And here's the kicker. So at higher temperatures, nitrites turn into nitrosamines, which is a very, very carcinogenic chemical. And the hotter the nitrites get, the more it converts into the nitrosamines. So because of that, it causes a big concern. Now, when the food industry sends out packages of, for example, sausages, they can say, oh, it only contains so much nitrates, that's it. But when it lands on your plate after being cooked and all of that, how many grams of nitrosamines does it contain? Nobody's done the research on that. It's a very highly carcinogenic chemical, and I would venture to guess that this has not been explored. So where do we go, my friends? Well, thank you. As I grab my dinner here, it looks delicious. Where do I go? Well, I purchase a lot of nitrate free chemicals, nitrate free products. And I found out actually just a couple of hours ago that they're not exactly nitrate free. They're sprinkled with celery salt, which gives the same effect. So there's that. But I don't know if that causes the same effect as the E285. I don't know. Nobody's done the study on it. So there's that question. So in my opinion, and this is my opinion alone, in my opinion, what I would do is I would keep with the nitrate-free items as much as possible. And then what I would do is I would definitely start utilizing your whole cuts of meats and fish. And that should solve a lot of issues. So until next time, my friends, I'm going to eat my dinner and not worry about this study that just popped up on my newsfeed. And I will talk to you later. Lika till.